So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages and fairy tale creatures, welcome back to Shoot Some Shale, powered by D&D Media. It's been a while, but we're back with another watch along this evening. And tonight we are watching the action from Wimborne Road down in Poole, as this evening they host the first round of the National Development League Riders Championship. I am meant to be joined by Callum Steele today on comms, but he didn't hear yet. And I've got Mr. Dylan Hodgetts with me tonight. He's going to be doing the analyst role and giving us updates from Oxford versus Workington. Dylan, how are you, mush?
Dying in this heat. Not built for this weather, mush. Just not built for it.
You're not the only one, darling. So, without further ado, for tonight's main meeting lineup, riding at number 1 is Sonny Springer representing the Leicester Lion Cubs. Max Perry, former Poole Pirate representing Edinburgh Academy, rides at number 2. Ben Trigger rides at 3 of the Middlesbrough Tigers. At number 4 is Matt Marson of Bellevue Colts. Dean Piper rides at number 5 representing the Scunthorpe and Sheffield side. At number 6, the current British under 21 champion and current Poole Pirate representing the Bellevue Colts, that is Sam Hagan. At number 7, the other reserve here at the Pirates, Vinnie Ford representing the Leicester Lion Cubs. Number 8 is Jamie Halder representing the Middlesbrough Tigers. Riding at number 9, he was a Championship League winner last year with the Ouija's. That's Ace Piper representing the Scunthorpe and Sheffield side. At number 10, Connor Coles representing the Edinburgh Monarchs Academy. At number 11, former Poole Pirate himself, Joe Thompson, representing the Leicester Cubs. At number 12, some may say he's the GOAT, but he's representing the Edinburgh Academy tonight. That is Dale Wood. At number 13, representing the Scunthorpe and Sheffield side, it's the obliterator himself, Nathan Ablett. At number 14, the only Oxford representative in the meeting today, Jacob Cloughton. At number 15, representing the Leicester Cubs, is Max James. And at 16, representing Middlesbrough Tigers, is Jake Mulford. So, Mr. Dillon, while we're still awaiting Cal, any favourites for the meeting tonight?
I think you've got to favour Sam Hagan, Joe Thompson, Nathan Ablett, all either current or former Pirates. Vinnie Ford as well, but he has had a bit of a stuttering start. And Max Perry will have a point to prove tonight as well after being released by Poole. But, you know, anyone's capable on their day of popping out, you know. Matt Marson could be there or thereabouts. I know he's desperate to get himself into a championship team as well. He wants some more bike time. I'd have put Connor Coles as a favourite, but he's stuck in traffic and doesn't look like he's going to make it.
Well, obviously we hope he does make it, but yeah, it's one of them. We'll see what happens. And you know, I'm very much on the same lines as you. To be fair, it's hard to see past Sam Hagan winning it, but I won't be surprised to see Jake Mulford have a good meeting and bring a surprise or two.
Yeah, anything's possible.
While we're obviously on the subject of racing, Mr. Hodgetts, would you like to take us through the lineups from your meeting up at Oxford?
So we'll start with Workington. At number 7 is Sam McGurk. Selena Liebman rides at number 6 after winning the Women's World Championship Grand Prix thing the other day. Troy Batchelor rides at 5. Klaus Fissing at 4. Antivu last 3. Tate Shishki at 2. And Craig Cook at number 1. I know we're not really watching it, but you got any riders that you expect to go well for Workington tonight?
Tate Zishki. Obviously, I went up to Workington on Saturday. Cracking little setup. I'd highly recommend a trip up there for anybody. And yeah, Tate Zishki, the moves he was making, like from outside to inside, you know, it was just spectacular on a bike. And you know, setting the new track record in Heat 1 was no mean feat either. So yeah, he's definitely my one to watch.
I'm going to go for Cookie. We saw him obviously guest for Edinburgh, I think it was round there the other week, and he was nigh on untouchable. Obviously got experience when he came in for Oxford for a short spell as well, so I think he's got the potential to go well tonight there. For the Oxford Cheetahs, well, bring back Oxford Radio. Jody Scott guests at number 7 for Adam Roynan, who's injured after one meeting back. Ashton Bowden rides at number 6, Scott Nichols at 5, Jordan Jenkins at 4, Luke Killeen at 3, Cameron Heaps at 2, and Sam Masters at number 1. Palmer, your cheetah to watch?
I'm going to go with Scott Nichols, because you've got to look out for these rollers now after that display at the Red Car on Friday. But yeah, he's one of them, you know. He's one of Oxford's Mr. Dependable, isn't he? And yeah, Oxford are very, very good at home, and I do believe that will be a very close meeting.
I'm going to go for the guest, Jody Scott. With all due respect to the Workington reserves, they're not the strongest in the league, and Jody Scott's, number 1 for their National Development League team. He's more than capable on his day of beating anybody, and I think he's going to be able to prove a point that the Cheetahs could have potentially looked towards him rather than somebody else coming out of retirement for that reserve spot.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, I went up to Redcar Oxford on Friday as well, and Adam Roynan was on borrowed machinery. I believe he was on Senna Summers kit, which says everything you need to know, really, doesn't it?
The start at Oxford has been delayed due to traffic issues and people still trying to get into the stadium.
Oh.
Just what you want on a nice hot evening.
I can confirm Connor Coles hasn't made it to the meeting at Hull, and it sounds like there will be no right to replace him, and I don't think they've got any reserves here.
Strange.
And this is the sort of meeting where you are looking at this, you want all teams wearing team suits or race jackets, because half of these riders here are wearing their own suit with a paper number on the back.
Yeah, I know not a lot of National League teams don't have team suits, but the Middlesbrough team have obviously got Red Car. They're represented by both riders who are in the Red Car team. So yeah, but I suppose in a way it is an individual event, but they're still representing the National League clubs, aren't they? So if they have got National League team Kevlars, then whack them on.
Yeah, 100%, but it's just one of them. Callum's running a little bit late because he's just finished rugby, so he will be joining us as soon as he can.
Yeah, it'd have been nice if Max Perry had have put on his old pool Kevlars just to be like, oh, I've still got these if you want me back.
Lad's probably burnt them. But yes, just awaiting the riders to go out on parade here at Wimborne Road. It looks like a very sunny Wimborne Road, to be fair. The track looks in really good nick. Jake Bulford is wearing his normal red car suit. What a guy.
What an absolute hero. Is that Sonny Springer at the front?
Yeah.
Do you notice that the Leicester Lion Cubs Kevlars are just the Leicester Lions Kevlars? They've literally got lions right on the front.
That's literally all it is, isn't it?
Dear oh dear. It looks a little bit warm down on the south coast.
They have said it's the hottest day of the year so far down there, so yeah, it's gonna. I feel as though we could be in for a long night, just of trap watering.
Do you reckon we'll get to about halfway through and regret doing this watch along?
Quite possibly, but it's like I said to you though. With obviously being involved at Scunny and with our team having a National League team, I was probably going to get this anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben Trigger's lost his steel shoe walking onto the track.
Nathan Ablett wearing his Scunny suit. What a lad.
What a guy. Steam Piper ain't got one, and neither has Ace, so they're in their own. Ace is in his own individual Kevlars, and Steen's wearing his Ashfield Giants suit.
Interesting that there's no race jacket though. No, Stag's race jacket.
We've got them. They're just in Richard Hollingsworth's garage at the minute.
Yeah. Who's this fella? I don't
think he fancied carting him on. Which fella?
Number 8, Jamie Halder.
Jamie Alder of the Middlesbrough Tigers. He only lives half hour away from me, to be fair. He's a good lad, is Jamie. I've known him a lot of years. And
rocking a Berwick race suit.
He rode for the Berwick Bullets last year.
Fair enough. Trigger's got the right idea. Got his race jacket printed on his Kevlars.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but that was a smart move by Trigger. I will never ever say that again.
A lot of Leicester suits here.
There's a few, isn't there?
Sam Hagan in his Leicester suit.
There's 4 Leicester Club riders in this. No, Sam Hagan's got his Bellevue Colt suit on.
Oh, that's Joe Thompson then.
Big Joe. The track looks like there's got quite a lot of dirt on this for a National League meeting where a lot of these riders will be very, very used to the slicker tracks.
Yeah.
That's probably going to help the championship riders. So your Max Perry's, your Sam Hagan, Biddy Ford, Joe Thompson, Ablett, Mulford, them kind of riders. But you never know, some of the lesser riders might spring up a surprise. I was very impressed with Steam Piper in the under-21 final at Glasgow a couple of weeks back as well. And yeah, we're going to be in for a very, very interesting meeting, I do feel.
And I think I'm right in saying this is the first part of a mini-series, even though you wouldn't think it with how it's been promoted.
Pretty much. I don't know when the next rounds are, but I do understand Edinburgh's got a round of it. Leicester are running a round. Redcar are hoping to run the Julie Lewis Memorial and use that as a meeting like this, and I would be very surprised if Gunny don't do a meeting like this as well. Jason Edwards, Mr. Happy on the spanners for Matt Marson.
What a fella. He even cracked a smile.
He's a good lad. What a guy.
Those Kevlars are even worse than the real Glasgow ones.
That's very true.
Here's the winner.
Himself, Sam Hagan.
After having his gnashers fixed, he's now turkey teeth.
Everyone's expecting him to do well and get a maximum, but he could be surprised, but he probably won't be.
Ice Piper looking chuffed to bits.
With a main man behind him, Big Theo. What a guy.
Do you reckon the Piper brothers did rock, paper, scissors to see which one got Theo to spanner for him?
I think that's how they do it. Yeah, there's no rider at number 10. Because Connor Coles couldn't make it.
Stuck on to motorway.
Well, it's not hard, is it? He should have just left earlier.
There's the Australian Paco Castagna.
You leave my mate Ablett alone, he's alright.
I was talking about Darwood.
Oh, Big Dale, my apologies. Jacob Cloughton at number 14, the only Oxford representative tonight.
Interesting to see Max James rocking his individual suit.
He's probably bored of seeing the Leicester ones.
That's true. I mean, Leicester have got a 1 in 4 chance of winning the meeting. You know, they've got
That
like
they have.
a quarter of the field is Leicester riders.
It's bad, innit? But, I mean, we've got 3 riders in it.
It's true.
You couldn't have one much closer to the track and then 2 much further away.
Surprised no Luke Harrison in this.
That's probably because he's not in the country.
I know that, but I was waiting for you to tell the people that.
Oh, sorry. There's no Luke Harrison in the meeting, people, because he's not here. It sounds like he's going to be back in the UK tomorrow, which is handy for Scunny because he's riding for us for 2 meetings on Friday. Not so good if you work for his dad because that means we won't be getting any more flyers this week. Big sad.
Let's hope Andy's not decided to watch this and hear you on the old combox.
Andy, if you hear this, I said nothing. So, riders just doing some practice starts and some practice laps. Crowd looks a little bit down on what you would call a normal pull crowd.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
These meetings don't, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, I am quite worried about our crowd for Friday.
For the second part of the meeting more than the first.
I don't think 25 quid for 2 meetings is too bad. But I just don't think the National League bit will be supported as much, and with the prices rising for the double header, I just don't think people will come and support it.
Nah, it's cheaper to just buy the stream. Although I'd imagine the stream will also go up in price.
No, they're not streaming the National League meeting.
Oh, well, they're not.
No, just Championship.
Reminds me of a bit of Poland, this, with the number 13, 14, etc. on the back. Very unused to seeing that in British Speedway.
It's a bit different, like, innit?
And Ablett will have fond memories of Wimborne Road as well, spending the season here when Poole were league champions.
100%. And, you know, Nathan Ablett is probably, and this isn't me trying to lick his backside, has probably one of the most improved riders over the course of this season so far.
Oh yeah, 100%. And there's probably a good time to say the usual. We won't be showing any of the action because of that copyright law. The meeting can be viewed from Poole Speedway's website for $11.99, where you can listen to Scotty Mitchell on commentary, or you can buy that, watch it and listen to us on commentary.
I know what I'd rather do. I'd rather listen to the people that know what they're talking about.
I do love Scotty Mitchell though. Gave up his time to do an interview with me the other week. Nice fella.
He's alright, to be fair. He's Scotty M.
It's strange seeing the Poole pits with people filling out the pits all the way down to the end. You've usually got everyone gathered into one area and then Richard Lawson taking up the rest.
Mm. That must be one hell of a perk for Richard Lawson.
I mean, he has upped his average quite a bit. You know, I think he's in the 9-point range now for the new averages. I'm sure he's. I'm just checking.
I think he is quite high up, like, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm just going to check what his average actually is. No, Paul. Richard Lawson, yeah, 9.09. actually becomes the highest. Oh no, it doesn't. Sam Masters is just ahead with 9.13. Richard Lawson's the second highest averaged championship rider in the league now from July the 1st.
And then there's us with a 7-point summit average rider as a number 1 result.
News from Oxford is that Workington have won the toss and taken gates 1 and 3 in Heat 1.
You can't beat a nice glass of Pepsi Max just before commentating on a speedway meeting.
Riders just getting ready for heat number 1. Obviously I'll jump off of here once Cal gets here.
No dramas, good man.
But until Cal gets here, I'll do what Cal's doing for tonight and call the heat lineups and results.
No problem at all, sir.
Just to save your voice.
I would also like to apologise if you do hear eating in the background. I've got a bag of fruit pastels open, and if I don't eat them quick, the dogs will have them. But Heat 1 is coming up to tapes.
I'll have to wait until the lineup comes across the screen because I don't have a programme to read from. But it will come on the screen in a moment. I'm confident.
He's confident.
Confident. Gotta be. It's too warm. At least when we're back here this time tomorrow night doing Sheffield versus Kings Lynn watch along, where you get to watch Strawberry Jam. We'll be a little bit cooler.
Ooh.
So the lineup for heat number 1 going off the inside gate in red is Sonny Springer, gate 2 in blue Max Perry, gate 3 in white is Ben Trigger, and off the outside in yellow Matt Marson.
Good looking lineup this for the opening race of the evening.
Started up very grippy.
They do a bit, don't they?
Very.
Anyway, the start marshal then walks away for heat number 1. The tapes as flies, and it's a very even start. But it is the rider in the blue helmet colour, Max Perry, that has the lead. But whoa, the rider in yellow, Matt Marson's taking a tumble on the second bend. It looks like he's about to get up, and he's get up as he has done. So Max Perry is then the former pool pirate himself, showing the pool faithful, all 250 of them, what they're missing out on with the rider in red, Sonny Springer, sitting there in the second position, going quite wide there on turns 2 and 3, 1 and 2 there, sorry. But still holding that second position as they go into the third lap. It is Max Perry then that's still out in the front, and he's looking quite classy out here tonight. Ben Trigger has pulled up at the back, and he's pulled onto the centre green, so I believe we've got 1 lap left to go of this race, and it looks like something's just come off Sonny Springer's bike. But Max Perry with a tips to flag, or going to be a tips to flag win. To be fair, if he had an engine failure, he could just run round with the bike and he'd still win it, and it is a win for the rider in blue, Max Perry. Second in red was Sonny Springer, and whenever he comes round, it'll be Big Matty.
For me, that was an unsatisfactory start. That first turn, that was chaos. Ben Trigger wiped Matty Marson out.
Can't disagree.
If I was Matt Marson, I'd have certainly been staying down on that first turn, because he'd have got an all-4 rerun, and who knows what could have happened.
It's good to see Max Perry getting a big round of applause from the pool faithful.
A lot of the pool fans thought it was harsh on Max getting released, and he just showed that, you know, he's not forgotten the quickest way around pool. Could this be one of those times where in a couple of weeks' time they'll have Max Perry on the phone and offer him his job back?
There is every possibility.
And you just never know in this sport. Obviously, Vinnie Ford came in and he's not quite dialed in yet. Then obviously they've got to give him a chance, but he'll dial in eventually, I'm sure. Heat 2 going off the inside gate in red is Steam Piper, last minute addition. Gate 2 in blue is Vinnie Ford. Gate 3 in white is everybody's favourite, Sam Hagan. And off the outside in yellow is Jamie Halder.
Big up Steen.
Callum's here, so Cal can take over after this race from me, doing the heat calls and stuff. We'll give him a couple of minutes to settle in after dashing back from rugby training.
I'm just trying to get it so that I can actually see the stream. So I'm only seeing two blue squares going off. I'll be with you in a second.
No dramas, Mush.
No dramas at all, sir. So, Start Marshall walks away then for the second race of the afternoon, and the rider in blue there, Vinnie Ford, with an absolute electric start, but it is, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Sam Hagan that blasted way up to the first position. So, now, what can Vinnie Ford do in the blue helmet colour? Can he put some pressure on his Pirates reserve teammate? Yes, he can. A brilliant move out the inside there from from Vinnie Ford, sorry. So, it's Vinnie Ford that has the lead over Sam Hagan. I'm not too sure who's in third because the camera's not really showing us at the moment. But Vinnie Ford looking very, very stylish out in front here in heat number 2. And it's Steam Piper there actually in third with Jamie Howder struggling towards the rear of the field. But a great move there in the opening lap from Vinnie Ford, the current Pirates reserve. And he's winning this one by quite some distance. Sam Hagan are sitting pretty there in the second position. You know, everybody expected Sam Hagan to go and get a maximum, but the track obviously must be suiting Vinnie at the moment, as he gets he takes the win in heat number 2.
Sam Hagan went miles too wide on the fourth turn first lap, and that was all Vinnie Ford needed. You shouldn't be making that kind of mistake now. You know the dirt line's not going to be out there. But that'll do Vinnie Ford's confidence the world of good to win that, especially with Sam Hagan being favoured by everybody, and I think that's his first points at Wimborne Road, let alone his first win.
I'm going to say the same thing you said about Heat 1 though. That was an unsatisfactory start.
Yeah, blue moved.
100%. But Heat 3 coming out onto the track now, and there's the goat of Edinburgh Speedway.
Big Dale Wood. We'll find out in a minute if Cal's ready to take his...
Hopefully Dale won't want any scraps with Steam Piper tonight.
So the lineup for heat number 3, there'll be no rider off gate 1 in red with Connor Cole stuck on the motorway. Gate 2 in blue, late call up Joe Thompson. Gate 3 in white is Ace Piper, and off the outside in yellow, Dale Wood. I think it's fair to say it's not been the most entertaining of racing we've ever seen yet.
The National League it's certainly something. And yeah, let's be no Ace Piper's going to get at least a point here. Joe Thompson's got to be favourite for this one, with Gate 2 having a 100% record so far in the opening 2 heats. But Mr. Starter not very happy with Joe Thompson's starting position at the moment.
Jesus Christ.
Hello. Start Marshall then has walked away, the tapes has risen for heat number 3, and as expected a great start there from the rider in blue. Joe Thompson, the former Pirate himself, won the league with them. He didn't win the league with them last year, but he was with them last year, with Dale Wood there in the second position, Ace Piper struggling in the third place, and you've got to imagine this is going to be a tip to flag win now for Joe Thompson, barring any form of mechanical failure. Dale Wood's not giving up though in the second place position, but Joe Thompson looking really, really stylish and classy out in front. Don't actually know where... Oh, Ace Piper's about 500 laps behind, so big up Ace, Ouija power and all that. But Great ride here from Joe Thompson, as I think most people expected from this race. But Joe, just doing Joe Thompson National League things, he's got about 500 miles in ahead of Dale Wood. As he comes round turns 2 or 3, then 4, a final time to take the easiest win he'll ever have.
And that's embarrassing from Ace Piper. I know the first 2 were quick, but he should not be that far back. You know, he's a championship reserve.
And he has been for 2 seasons.
Something that Dale Wood isn't, and Dale Wood's just absolutely annihilated him there.
The last watch along we did, I believe it was Redcar Edinburgh. I was quite impressed with Dale Wood and how he's matured as a rider.
Looks like they're trying to rush this meeting through, but we're not getting results graphics on the screen, so I think we'll do it so Palmer can call the result home as the riders cross the line. I'd say that's probably the easiest way to do it.
If you would like a result, I will give you a result. The result of heat number 3 was a win for the rider in blue, Joe Thompson. Second was Dale Wood, and the third was Ace Piper, because there was no rider in red. Heat 4 coming right up, and this looks rather tasty. With a bum.
Callum's gone again. So the lineup for heat number 4, going off the inside gate in red is Max James, gate 2 in blue is Jacob Cloughton, gate 3 in white is Jake Mulford, and off the outside in yellow Nathan Ablett. You've got a vested interest in this race, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think this race should be good between the 2 guys off gates 3 and 4. Obviously, Nathan Ablett, a rider in fine form at the moment, and obviously he had that spell here at Poole not so long back. And Jake Mulford again is a rider in fine form. He did all right on Friday for the red car at home to Oxford, and was a very inspired choice of guests from the Workington Comets at Northside on Saturday. And then there's Max James and Jacob Cloughton, who can just ride their bikes and enjoy this.
Start Marshall's being a bit panickety. Come on, mate, we've got 20 races and it's hot. Get on with it.
We've got pack-ups to make for work in the morning. Here we go then. The tape has risen then on heat number 4. It's a great start actually for the rider in red there, Max James, but it, as we expected. And Nathan Ablett's down on turn number 2. Will he get up? He's going to get up, but I think the race will be stopped. No, race not stopped. He's managed to get himself up off the track. All right, so fair play to Nathan for that. And Jake Mulford has the lead then, and it's probably going to be another race like George Thompson's, and the last one probably one of the easiest wins he'll ever have. As he's pulling well ahead. He's at least a full straight, maybe a little bit low ahead, and the rider behind him, I'm not too sure which one it is at the moment. It is Max James. So Jacob Cloughton going to pick up a point here as well, which will be good for his tally. But that was a win for Jake Mulford.
Yeah, it was a bit of an argy-bargy first turn. There was no contact. Ablett went down on his own. If he had stayed down, he'd have been disqualified. So it was just easy for him to clear the track, I think, and just let the others get on with it.
But would he though, with it being the first bend?
Yeah, he went on his own. There was nobody anywhere near him.
But
bit of common sense has to come into play.
Don't say common sense in Speedway. We don't do that. The result then of heat number 4 was a win for the rider in the white helmet colour, representing Middlesbrough Tigers, Jake Mulford. Second in red was Max James, and the third in blue was Jacob Cloughton, with Nathan Ablett taking the fall there. So at the moment, Max Perry, Vinnie Ford, Joe Thompson and Jake Mulford are all on 3 points. Sonny Springer, Sam Hagan, Dale Wood and Max James on 2. Matt Marson, Steam Piper, Ace Piper, Jacob Cloughton on 1. Ben Trigger, Jamie Alder, Nathan Ablett and No Rider on 0 points. Have we got any updates from Oxford, Mr. Dill?
We have. So the meeting started with a share of the spoils. No maximum this week for Sam Masters because Craig Cook won Heat 1 with Masters second and Cameron Heaps in third. Taizishki at the back. Heat number 2, as expected, because Workington have by far got the worst reserves in the league. It was a 5-1 to the Cheaters, with Ashton Bergen taking the win, Jodie Scott in second and Selena Lieberman in third. And heat number 3, it was another share of the spoils, with Jordan Jenkins taking the win, Klaus Fissing in second and Antivulas in third. Makes it 11-7 after 3 races, and it's now track grading time. And I don't think that's unfair to say Workington's reserves are a joke.
No, you'd probably expect that kind of thing. Give me 2 moments while I try and sort this out. So we can invite Mr. Steele onto the chat.
Or not, 'cause he's still muted. No, I think he's dead.
No, I'm here.
And are we working?
I can hear everything.
Is it working?
I can hear everything that you're saying. But whenever I'm trying to go on the watch stream bit, it's not letting me. I don't know whether it's not letting me, because I've joined it late on or something like that.
Are you watching on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
That might be why then.
Oh,
That's probably yeah. It won't let me watch streams on my tablet on Discord.
I've been able to do it on my phone the full time I've been doing it with you.
While we sort this out, we'll take a quick couple of minutes off the stream. And we'll be back in a minute, or 2, or 5.
Or 10. So I'm now delighted to be able to say we are finally joined with Callum, who will be with us for the remaining 15 heats of this, because I do believe it's a 20 heat meeting.
Delighted, thanks very much.
Evening, boys. How are we doing?
All right, Booker, are you?
Yeah, I'm sound as a pound. Good to be able to watch this speedway and see how we get going. Right, it looks like we're going straight to Heat 5. So in red, we've got Nathan Ablett. Blue, we've got Sonny Springer. In white, Steen Piper. And in yellow is Ace Piper.
Ace Piper.
I just missed out on that one. Sorry, guys.
That is all right, Booker. So, start master then walks away for heat number 5. It's a good start there for the rider in red, Nathan Ablett, and it looked like Steve Piper's come off on turns 2 there. I'm not sure if the race will be stopped or if he'll be able to get off the track in good time. I think the race is going to be stopped. Yeah, race has been stopped there. Hopefully, Steen gets it all good to carry on in the meeting. He is up on his feet. And as we just have a quick look at the replay now. Nathan Ablett made a gate of beauty there. To be fair, so did Steen, but he just wobbled, hit a rut or something, and just wobbled, and was very fortunate not to be able to not to take Sonny Springer with him. To be fair. And I will just say for Cal, if he's not been able to see, the riders haven't got race jackets or anything. It's their own Kevlars with a paper number taped to the back.
Interesting. We'll see how that goes for them.
Can
Right, we're going for the.
Can I just ask how the bloody hell is that all for back?
First turn.
But he went on his own.
First turn. You know me, Dill. I'll defend my riders. But anyway, it's the exact same lineup as it was. The start marshal then walks away for heat number 5, and we'll try again. And Nathan Ablett and Sonny Springer both make an absolute perfect start, and it's Nathan Ablett that leads going into the back straight. And now both Piper boys have come up the inside there of Sonny Springer, so currently it looks like a Scotty 6-0, which is absolutely beautiful to see, because we don't get them very often. But Nathan Ablett showing his absolute class at this level, and his track knowledge as he has blasted his way around the first and second bends, and he's going to be pulling out quite a bit of a lead now with Ace Piper in the second position, and Steen Piper doing very, very well in third at the minute to hold off the challenge of Sonny Springer. But Nathan Ablett doing Nathan Ablett things this season. Obviously, one of the most improved riders of the season so far, and certainly making up for that crash that he had in the previous race. We've got one left to go. Then Nathan Ablett looking really classy, really stylish there out in front. Ace Piper also there in the second position, looking a lot better than what he did in his last ride, and it's a win for Nathan Ablett. And I will sort the stream out in a second because technical issues.
It was a really lovely gate by Ablett there, and once he made that gate, just no one could catch him. Springer was unlucky after making a strong start. The Piper boys just went completely past him inside and out, and he didn't really know where to look, and then obviously ultimately had to settle for the back. So anyway, the result for heat number 5 there was a win for the rider in red, Nathan Ablett. Second was the rider in yellow, Ace Piper, and third was the rider in white, Steen Piper, with Sonny Springer at the back. And that puts Ace Piper and Ablett equal in points, and as it does as well for Steen and Sonny. Sonny obviously getting the countback lead due to finishing second, whereas Steen's only finished third on both rides.
Interesting facts here with Cal on your Wednesday night. What more would you want?
I try my best.
So, heat number 6 coming up. And everyone, well, we expect everyone's favourite here to absolutely blitz this one in Sam Hagen, but Max Perry showed in heat number 1 his class around this track.
He did indeed. So, for heat number 6 now, in red we have got Jacob Cloughton, hoping for a good start like Ablett did in heat 5. In blue, Connor Coles isn't here, so there's no rider there. The rider in white is... I've completely lost it. The rider in white is Max Perry. Yep, and then the rider in yellow is Sam Hagen. Perry obviously wanting to prove a point after... Perry hoping to prove a point after Poole dropped him earlier in the season, and Hagen obviously wanting to put on a show for his home fans in the championship.
100%, can't argue with that. As the start master walks away, then for heat number 6, the tapes has risen, and Jacob Cloughton's made a decent start there, to be fair. But it is the two Pirates boys of 2024 that have made the start, and it's actually Max Perry, the one that's just been released, that has the lead over current Pirates reserve Sam Hagen, with Jacob Cloughton now in the 3rd place. But Max Perry certainly proving a point to his former employers why he shouldn't have been dropped here at the moment, because current British under-21 champion Sam Hagen struggling to get any ground up on Max Perry at the moment. Max Perry doing a really good stylish job here out in the front position. Sam Hagen, though, is still chasing Max, but it's just Max is just holding the right line as it stands at the moment. It's getting closer, though, between these two, as we've got one lap left to go then of this heat number 6. Max Perry holding a really good line up the inside now, drifts wider a little bit, which allows Hagen to use the inside line, and now Hagen trying to use the outside run, and now quickly swifts back up to the inside, and it's Hagen that just wins that by half a front wheel. Wow.
Absolutely excellent racing by Hagen there, completely tracked down Perry, knew exactly what he was going to do in the run into the line, and just a brilliant inside swoop for him. Max Perry obviously will be a bit downhearted from that, but he's putting in a strong showing, and I think he's proven that he was capable of staying in the Poole team.
Again, it's very, very hard to disagree with that. As we just got the replay now. And yeah, I think Max just drifted a little bit too wide, and Sam just nipped up the inside and got that by half a front wheel at best.
So after that race in heat 6, it was a win for the rider in yellow this time round, Sam Hagen. Second was the rider in white, Max Perry, and third was the rider in red, Jacob Cloughton. Obviously, Connor Coles is sadly broken down, or he's stuck in traffic, one of the two, and he sadly can't be there, so he was a non-starter in that race. And the riders are starting to get a test for heat 7. The rider in red for this one is Joe Thompson, hoping to capitalise on that nice win. Second in blue is Max James. In white is Vinnie Ford. And in yellow is Ben Trigger. Obviously, having bad luck in there, he won that time round, and will want to be take it, and will want to get redemption from that.
Oh yeah, 100%. And yeah, it's going to be hard for Ben with 3 of the Leicester boys, and these Leicester guys are in really good form at the minute, especially Joe Thompson, who some may argue probably shouldn't be in this meeting.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with him being in it. He's a under-21 kid. He qualifies through the criteria that's set for this season. He's obviously a class above them, but sometimes you just need that confidence boosting ride to improve your career.
Oh, 100%. I can't disagree with that. Then, as the tapes has ridden for Heat 7, and it is the rider in red, Joe Thompson, that has a good start, but being passed up the inside now by Pirates Reserve. Currently, Vinnie Ford with Ben Trigger. Very unfortunate to be passed by both the two Leicester boys out in front, and he's got Max James all over the back of Ben Trigger, but it's currently Vinnie Ford at the moment that has the lead. Then the current Pirates Reserve, if he wins this, he will be on a 6.2 ride maximum. But Joe Thompson looking to come round the outside now, and is it going to work? Not quite. So now Joe sticks to the inside. Can Joe Thompson make a move on the current Pirates Reserve? It's not working out just yet for Joe, but he's not giving up. We've got one lap left to go. Then not Sonny Springer, the other one. Vinnie Ford pulling off a really good show here at the moment. I do apologise for my mistakes. The heat's getting to me already. But yeah, Vinnie Ford with another class ride there.
Yeah, he's definitely. Whilst one rider's proven why he shouldn't have been dropped, the other rider's proven why the Pool Pirates promoters had faith in him to be able to make the step up. And he's obviously on a he's on a 2-ride maximum at the moment, and showing the other riders in the meeting that he's the danger man. And it wasn't like he made the gate either. He had to work for that one. He made a terrible first gate, but it was just a brilliant inside cut off to go in front of Joe Thompson there.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, a really good ride there from Vinny, and it was the same in his opening ride as well. It wasn't just from the gate one. He had to really work for it, and yeah, really proving why the Pirates signed him.
They did indeed. So in that heat was a win for the rider in white, Vinnie Joe Ford. Second was the rider in blue, Joe Thompson. And third was the rider in yellow, Ben Trigger, with Max James finishing at the back.
Swiftly moving on now to heat number 8.
We are indeed. And in red for this race is Big Matty Marson. In blue is Jamie Halder. In white, we've got Dale Wood. And in yellow, another rider hoping to continue his winning ways is Jake Mulford.
That is very true.
I only want to give people the facts.
Well, you're very good at that, sir.
It is mush.
No drivers. Right, heat number 8 then. The start marshal just try to bring the riders to the line. So does he not know we've all got like beds to be in a couple of hours? Here we go, and heat number 8. Start marshal is about to walk away, and I'd say that, and he walks away just like that. What magic! And the tapes has risen then, and it's a decent start there for the rider in the white helmet colour. That is Dale Wood. But Jake Mulford looking to come round the outside there of Dale Wood, and he's managed to do that with a beautiful move around turn 2. So Jake Mulford it is that has the lead then, with Dale Wood there in the second position. Matt Marson struggling a little bit there in the third place. He's shaking his head as he comes to the home straight with the rider in blue, Jamie Alder, looking to close in for the third place position. But Jake Mulford, quite a stylish ride this, and I picked him out at the start of the stream as somebody that is probably a little bit under the radar, but should be one of the top contenders here tonight. And oh, Dale Wood's gone down. Dale Wood's gone down. Can he get his bike off the track in time? It don't look like he's going to. So that race is going to have to be stopped, I do think. He's not rushing. So surely the race has been stopped. Yeah, it has.
Yeah, just to sort of build on the point you were saying there about Jake Mulford, he's I feel like he's been one of the more I feel like he's been one of the more like under the radar riders, as you suggested. He's been one of Redcar's best riders this season. He's from that reserve berth. He's regularly picking up points. He's only had one bad meeting that I can think of across the full season, and he's definitely been a good workhorse for the Redcar team, and he deserves to be praised a lot more than he has been. Obviously, people look at like the top end riders and what they're achieving, but even the small wins like Mulford in Heat 2 and against the opposition reserves, it's definitely a big factor in them meetings.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I see Jake similar to Nathan at Scunny. He's come on hell of a lot within the past year. And it looks like that race has been awarded. So, Jake Mulford.
Jake Mulford will have got the win there after a nice strong start on the outside line. Second after Dale Wood crashed out goes to
Matt
who did it
Marson.
go to? Matt Marson,
Matt
who
Marson.
obviously held off Jamie Alder, who remained in third place. And then obviously Dale Wood sadly crashed and got excluded from that race. In terms of the standings, we've got Vinnie Joe Ford and Jake Mulford both on maximums. And then equally, we also have three riders on 5 points, and Sam Hagan, Max Perry, and Joe Thompson. So the meeting is definitely far from over.
100%. It's the past four or the second block of four races have been a lot better than the first block, and hopefully, the next two blocks can the meeting can improve as well. It's good to see some top riders here, like the Cook brothers as well, giving the lads some advice. And I think that's Tom Brennan talking with Nathan Ablett there as well.
Yeah, it looks like it. Obviously, must be reminiscing about the Eastbourne days. Yeah, as you say, I think it like these types of meetings. Obviously, we've got the National Development League for a reason, and it's a brilliant stepping stone for like the future talents of our sport in this country to be able to regularly do team meetings, um, go to different tracks that they don't necessarily go to week in week out, like pool, and having them riders in the pits will and getting advice on them, learn how to ride the track a little bit more, kind of kind of use the experienced riders as kind of like a mentor. It'll definitely only benefit them for the future years to come. And I think that as long as like they regularly get riders like that coming in and supporting the riders during the meetings, it will only benefit these riders going forward.
100%. While we've got a bit of a track grade, we'll cut across to Dylan now, if he's still alive in the heat, and see if he's got us an update from Oxford.
Heat 4, I left you on Heat 3. Heat 4 was a 4-2 for the Cheetahs, with Scotty Nichols taking the win from Batch in second and Jody Scott third ahead of Sam McGurk. Heat number 5, Craig Cook went and won that one as well from Jordan Jenkins and Luke Killeen. Tate Shishki retired. And a massive heat number 6, Cameron Heaps won with Sam Master second and Troy Batchelor third. And after 6 heats, it's Oxford on 23, Workington 13. I still don't know how Steam Piper was put back in the rerun of Heat 5.
Yeah, he did look like he just went on his own.
He went on his own.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did, but just one of them, innit?
It's the National League. He's only a 15-year-old kid. Let him have a second chance.
He wouldn't get a second chance in any other league though.
Yeah, fair point, I suppose.
And he took a point off whoever the geezer was, if it was Sonny Springer. Should we take a quick
Sonny
minute?
Springer it was.
Should we take a quick minute
Let's-
or two whilst they finish off this track? Well, actually, no, they're coming out now. Here's Jake Mulford. So we'll just crack on, and I'll leave it to you two.
Thanks, mate. Again, guys, sorry if you could hear eating. I've got a bag of sweets here, and if I don't eat these, the dogs will, and I don't want the dogs having my sweets.
I got a bag of wine gum, well, Maynard Sports Mix. I had Maltesers, but silly me's left them out in the sun all afternoon, and they're a little bit melted.
That was a silly idea, wasn't it?
Not half.
Well, with Stephen that only been 15, they're a little bit too old for him. It's only consolation. We've only got so. If you are the one person watching us, please do say some stuff in the chat, and we can have a little chin wag on our stream. Yeah.
We're on. I think Callum's dead.
R.I.P.
I've just realised that I was muted and now I came back. I was like mid talking about the people in this race. Never mind. But anyway, the rider in red is Sam Hagan for heat number 9, blue Jake Mulford, white Sonny Springer, and yellow Joe Thompson. 3 of these boys are the ones that are the main contenders for the meeting overall, so we'll want to get a big win in this one.
So, Startbasher walks away for heat number 9. It's a very good start by the riders in red, blue, and yellow, and the rider in yellow there, Joe Thompson, takes a tumble. And that race is going to have to be stopped. And for Dylan, that one was definitely a case of first Ben bunching.
That was the clearest all four back you'll see tonight. Air fence looks like it's... Oh no, it might have just dropped. Let's hope it's not deflating, otherwise we could be here for a while.
A great start though on Sam, Jake and Joe, to be fair. But it's just a domino effect on the first bend.
Yeah.
Dill, is that your twin in the Pirates high vis there?
You're a git.
Yeah, no. Well, we've got a delay. Is it still 26-13 up at Oxford?
I'll give you the Heat 7 result in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I'm just typing it in.
What a guy.
So the results of Heat 7, it was a win for the rider in red, Scott Nichols, second in white, Antivoulas, and third in yellow, Klaus Vissing, to keep the scores at 10 points difference, with Oxford 26, Workington 16 after 7 heats.
He's just having a nice stroll. It's a nice hot day. Oh. Wonder if Dan's there.
I mean, it would make sense.
Obviously not that one.
Are we all muted, Cal? Dill.
Well, this is taking a while, isn't it?
Hmm?
Well, go on then.
Oh, try this again, shall
So,
we?
Dylan, what's the update for Oxford?
So, number 8 was a win for the Riding in Red, Cameron Heaps. Second in white, Tate Shishki. And third in blue, Jody Scott, who's having a banging night to open up the lead by another couple of points to 30 points to 18. And in heat number 9, riding in yellow, will be Craig Cook as a tactical substitute with Troy Batchelor against Luke Killeen and Jordan Jenkins. And I'll repeat what I said earlier, Workington's reserves are abysmal.
And right when you've told us that, the riders are coming back to tips for Heat 9. Since we were waiting an hour, I'll remind you of the lineup. So in red, we have got Sam Hagan. Blue, Jake Mulford. In white, we've got Sonny Springer. And in yellow, we've got Joe Thompson.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. Three of these boys are wanting this meeting. It'll be one,
So the
they'll be
tape
going
said
for
House
it.
Reserve for heat number 9. It's a banging start there for the rider in red there, Sam Hagan, as we would expect, being a poor rider. But Jake Mulford's very, very close there. Second, just makes a little mistake, which allows Hagan to extend his lead now. What could the rider in yellow, which I believe is Joe Thompson, can he do anything? Poor Sonny Springer struggling at the back at the moment. I do apologise. I don't know many of these guys because I don't really follow the National League that well, even though I've got a team in it. So fun times. But I know Sam Hagan still has the lead. Jake Mulford just about in his second place, being chased all the way by Joe Thompson. Joe now looking to use the outside run. Can he make it work? Not quite. The race will end Jake Mulford's full maximum though, as it stands with 1 lap left to go. Joe Thompson going really, really wide now to try and gain a little bit more momentum on Jake Mulford. Mulford holding this second place absolutely beautifully. A beautiful defensive ride there. And that was a cracking ride, that, for Jake Mulford for second.
100%. Sometimes in these types of meetings, you don't want to be going full throttle because you could make a mistake and lose all the points you've got. Sometimes you just need to accept that you're not going to quite be able to chase down Hagan, so you need to do everything you can to preserve the points you've got available at that moment in time, and that's exactly what Mulford did. Brilliant defensive ride there, and Joe Thompson did everything, but he just couldn't get around him. And so in Heat 9 was a win for the rider in red, Sam Hagan, putting him to 8 out of 9 points. In second, we've got Jake Mulford, who's now gone up to 7 points. And in third, he's also on 8 points. And then in third, we've got Joe Thompson, who is now on 6 points. Sonny Springer was at the back, being able to watch Jake Mulford's defensive masterclass.
It was a quality ride, that, from Joe and Jake there, to be fair.
It was indeed. And now we see Big Dale Wood with the second best moustache in Speedway coming to tips. And in Heat 10, we have got that man himself in red. In blue, we have got the younger of the Piper brothers, Steen. In white, we have got Max James. And in yellow, we have got the former pool man himself, Max Perry.
That we have. You would expect. Good thinking, sir.
And now we just randomly laughing. No one has a clue why.
So the tapes then has risen for heat number 10, and it's a decent start there from Dale Wood, and it's Dale Wood, as Mr. Ryan Anderson will call him, the GOAT of Edinburgh Speedway, that currently has the lead over Max Perry there in second. Steam Piper putting a decent performance in third, with Max James now tumbling off at the back. But it looks like he's going to get the bike off the track in decent time. But this is going to be one hell of a race now, with the two Edinburgh Monarchs Academy lads, Dale Wood and Max Perry, going ding dong in this one as we enter the third lap. And Dale Wood holding a really good line here against Max Perry. But obviously Max, he's done a few meetings around here this season. He knows the fastest way around this place, and wanting obviously to prove a point to the Pirates promotion as they go into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. I believe it's the final time. And Dale Wood gets a race win with Max Perry in second. Monarchs Academy 5-1, if you will.
It was indeed, and Dale Wood with a fantastic gate there. He's came on leaps. He may have struggled last year, but he's came on leaps and bounds since riding for the Monarchs last season. He's definitely took that experience on board this year.
Oh, 100%.
And I think Max James won't be very impressed with himself with that tumble. He was out all on his own there. So the result of Heat 10 was a win for the rider in red, Dale Wood. Second was the rider in yellow, Max Perry, who was all over him. And third in blue was Steam Piper. Max James fell and cleared the track to allow the race to finish.
Just quickly, while we've got a second, the result of Heat 9, whilst they're at an interval at Oxford, it was a win for the rider in yellow, the tactical substitute Craig Cook. Second in white, Troy Batchelor, and third in blue, Jordan Jenkins, to close the gap down a little bit to 31.23 after 9 races, and they're now on their interval.
And the riders are starting to come to tapes now for heat number 11. And in red is the Selby racer, Jamie Halder. In blue is Glasgow and Sheffield / Scunthorpe rider, Ace Piper. In white is Ben Trigger, and in yellow is Jacob Cloughton.
The track staff here at Poole are that good. They haven't even got the tapes down yet. Oh, that's because somebody's trying to do some work on them.
This should hopefully be a win for Trigger to kind of get his night back on track. But then again, Ace Piper might say something different.
I doubt Ace will say anything different. This is Ace, and he is a Ouija, which means he's not very good. I do, but it's only Alan that's going to be a Ouija watching us, so it's all good.
I may be biased, but at least I'm not insulting the opposition.
I'm not insulted. I'm insulted by odd riders here. But it's a great start there, as we expected, for Ben Trigger, with Jacob Cloughton looking to come round the outside, but it's not quite worked. So a great ride from Trigger there on the back straight. Jacob Cloughton coming. One mistake for Trigger, Cloughton will be there. And I have to say, this is an absolute abysmal ride for Ace Piper, who's just about putting a little bit of pressure on Jamie Halder. No disrespect to Jamie, I don't think he would have been one of the favourites coming into this meeting, but Ben Trigger out there in front, showing his class, showing his style, and showing why he's one of the top boys in the National League so far this year. But this race pretty spread out at the moment, and we've only got one more lap left to go. It's a bit of a closer battle at the back. Jamie Halder still fending off the challenge from Ace Piper. Can the Selby lad do it, or will the Glasgow / Scunthorpe Sheffield rider be able to pick up an extra point to his tally? It's a win for Ben Trigger, and Jamie just gets third.
Some would say that was a Middlesbrough Tigers score too. Up the Tigers. But not Glasgow. It's obviously Middlesbrough.
You leave Mills
So,
all alone.
so heat number 11 was a win for the rider in white, Ben Trigger. Second in yellow was Jacob Cloughton. And third in red was Jamie Halder, with Ace Piper bringing up the rear. And hopefully that's a sign that Ben Trigger's night could be back on track. Although the meeting is done and dusted for him, he'll be able to just put on a show and prove the other riders in this field that he is one of the top guys in this league.
If I speak, Dylan will sack me on the spot.
Oh dear.
I can't say what I want to say at this point. Yeah.
And now the riders have come to church for the last race of round 3 in this individual meeting. In red, we've got Nathan Ablett hoping to build on his Heat 5 win. In blue, we have got Big Matty Marson. Connor Cole still hasn't turned up yet, so there's no rider in white. And in yellow, we've got the only unbeaten rider up to now, Vinnie Joe Ford.
So he is. With me Scunthorpe hat on, I do hope Nathan necks a gate like he did in his last one. He's off the same gate. At the start, Marshall, then he walks away. And away we go. And Nathan Ablett's made an absolute beauty of a start there. And he's been followed now by Vinnie Ford, with Matt Martin unfortunately struggling a little bit in third at the moment. Nathan just using a tidy style, and great ride there from Vinnie Ford to come up the inside there with Nathan Ablett. That was a smashing move. That fair play to Vinnie Ford. Now, what can Ablett do? Can Ablett repay the compliment? Because Ablett's got a nice tidy riding style here, and Ablett repaying the compliment there up the inside. What a move from Nathan Ablett. I knew we'd get some racing at some point tonight. Vinnie Ford now still looking to try and get up the inside of Ablett. I think Nathan now just he's going to hold the right lines. Oh, and Nathan's down again. Nathan's down again.
Typical Scuddy rider, crumbling under the pressure.
That's gifted Vinnie Ford a win, and it's gifted Matt Marson a second.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Ablett. It was a brilliant race up to that point, definitely the heat of the night. Vinnie Joe Ford definitely getting really good experience of his new home track, but doing lots of work and really hard getting himself around Ablett, and Ablett obviously repaying that compliment. But ultimately, because he was working too hard, it ended up causing him to crash. And like I said earlier with Mulford, where he just hung back and kept that second, maybe Ablett would have benefited from just sticking to the 2 points.
Yeah, 100%.
So for that one in Heat 12, we have a win for the rider in yellow, Vinnie Joe Ford, who now keeps that unbeaten tally up to 9. In second, we have got Big Matty Marson, who's just been gifted 2 extra points, which might help him later on. And I don't even think Ablett's finished that race, so he doesn't even get the point.
Yeah, Ablett, like a pirate, crumbled under the pressure, as a former pirate that he is. Maybe it's just the unlucky number 13 has been drawn. Who knows?
Don't you think this type of meeting is perfect for a rider like Vinnie Joe Ford? Because he's not in a competitive team meeting. He's riding against riders that are more at his level, and he's just getting essential extra track time on his new home championship track to spur him on and hopefully help him for the rest of the championship campaign.
The only thing is, like, I fully agree with you, but I would imagine they would have prepared this track a lot slicker for this meeting than they would a normal championship meeting.
They might have done. At the same time, though, they might have actually, because we've got two riders that are in that pool team. They might have got them both together and asked them what they would like to try and give them a little bit of an advantage, maybe. And it also helps by the fact that they're the two best riders in the meeting up to now. Mulford being the only
100%.
exception.
100%, and can't disagree with that. While we're on the track grading, have we got an update from Oxford?
No.
Fair enough, at least you're on it.
Still in their interval, so I think what we'll do while we've got a minute is take a couple of minutes break.
Yeah, man. And we are back from, well, I would say Wimborne Road, but Carl's up in Stockton, Dylan's in Tipton, and I'm in sunny Scunny. So welcome from them three places. Welcome back if you're just joining us. We've had 12 heats of the NDLRC thing at Pool, but before we go on to that, Dylan, have we got any update from Oxford versus Workington? So, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Wimborne Road, or if you like us, from Stockton, Tipton, and Sunny Scunny. Welcome back to the NDLRC watch along. Them two have had the tickles pickled, and it looks like Tom Brennan's going to do a little bit on commentary. But before we get on to the NDLRC stuff, Dylan, first of all, are we muted?
No, we're actually on now. It's the heat.
It's the heat.
It's the heat.
Have we got any update from Oxford?
So after the interval, heat number 10 was a win in red for Sam Masters, second in blue Cameron Heaps, and third in yellow Klaus Vissing to take a 5-1 and open the gap up back to 12 points. And heat 11 Craig Cook carried on his maximum with Scott Nichols second and Ashton Bowden third, and after 11 it's 39 to the Cheetahs, 27 to the Comets.
We got there in the end, boys.
I'll stop muting myself now so we can actually hear, we don't have this issue again. It's the heat, it's still 25 degrees here at the moment.
I'm saying nothing, I'm sat right next to a nice cool fan.
I'm really not looking forward to going to sleep tonight.
Well, if you can sleep.
That's the issue.
Just close your eyes and hope we don't wake up for another 8 hours.
These seats
we could create a lot of conspiracies from that comment, but I don't think we've got the time or the energy to be able to do it.
These seats at Pool do not look comfortable.
They don't look the nicest, do they?
Looks like the Cook brothers have just decided, Tom can go and talk to Scott, we'll just sit here and chill.
They'll feel like they're back at home, won't they, with the nice heat?
I hope they've both got a beer in their hands.
Oh my god. E12's just happened at Oxford.
Oh god. What's happened, sir?
Heat number 12 was a win for the rider in red Luke Killeen, second in blue Jodie Scott, and third in yellow Selena Liebman. Antivulas retired, and it makes the progressive scores 44-28. Jodie Scott's putting himself right in the shop window as well here. 6+2 from 4 rides.
I mean,
he's a good prospect, I think, Jodie Scott.
He's definitely going to end up in Oxford's championship team. He'll probably be Adam Royner's replacement.
Yeah, I reckon Henry Atkins might just call it a day now for this season at least. Oh, riders are back at the tapes. I'll take it back over to you, boys.
So we have got Heat 13 now, the first race of the 4th round. In red, we have got Maximum Man, Vinnie Joe Ford. In blue, we have got Australian Boy, Dale Wood. In white, we have got Jacob Cloughton, and in yellow, Sonny Springer.
That we do, and the two boys off the inside gates doing quite a bit of gardening. And the start marshal not in any rush to get these boys to tips. Does he not know we've all got suppers to eat? And now they're starting to come up to tips. Can Vinnie Ford continue his maximum in this one? So the start marshal finally gets him into position and he walks away then. And Vinnie Ford wheel spinning there up for gate one, but it's Dale Wood that has the best start, but blasted his way around the outside is Sonny Springer, the rider in yellow. A great ride there from Sonny Springer. And Vinnie Ford looking a little bit untidy coming out of turn 3 and 4 there, but it's still Sonny Springer that has this lead there with Dale Wood sitting there in the second position, being chased all the way there in the third place by the guy in red. That is Vinnie Ford, obviously the new Pulp Pirates recruit for 2024, with Jacob Cloughton struggling a little bit towards the rear of the field. But there's a bit of a race coming on now for the second place position. Dale Wood just holding off the rider in red, which is Vinnie Ford. So can Vinnie Ford show his track craft that he knows around this track? We've got one lap left to go. Sonny Springer, he's away and gone. He could go get an hot dog and he'd still win this one. But as I come round the final two turns then for the last time, and it is Dale Wood just getting the second place over over Vinnie Ford.
That was another brilliant defensive display there by Dale Wood. Vinnie Joe Ford using everything he knew about the Wimborne Warden circuit, but he just couldn't get there. Couldn't get there. Outstanding gate there by Sonny Springer. He's another top UK talent. Only 50, so he can't get a championship place yet, but he'll definitely be someone that'll be up there in the future. So for that race there, it's a win for the rider in yellow, Sonny Springer. Second in blue was Dale Wood. And third, after looking at that replay, he did actually make a roll, so he might have penalised himself. And his maximum is now over, and that's Vinnie Joe Ford. And Clowen was at the back.
Yeah, that was a very good ride there for the second place, and Dale Wood really has, as you said, he's matured quite a lot over the past year.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's progressed so much since coming over to the UK. I mean, you could even tell that from his Australian season. He was a lot more competitive than he had been in previous years, and he'll definitely be reaping the rewards of UK Speedway. But anyway, we have now got the riders up for Heat 14, and in red we have got Max Perry. Blue, hoping not to fall off this time, is Nathan Ablett. In white, it's Jerry Halder, and in yellow, it is Joe Thompson.
That it is. Max Perry's really impressed me here tonight.
Yeah, he's had a good meeting. I think I don't know if it was just from the lack of National League meetings available to him. I think going to pool, it's just knocked his confidence. But now he's been able to take a step back and he's just been able to enjoy National League racing. I do think this might actually benefit him and it might allow him just to mature naturally and in a more of his level, more of his speed.
100%. So the tapes has risen then on heat number 14. It's a decent start for the rider in yellow. That is Joe Thompson. And oh, that was a nasty crash.
I think he might have just picked up some speed there and hit something and went down on his own accord. Well, that was a bit daft.
good to see Joe's back up on his feet. That was a really good get there from Nathan and Max, to be fair. And Joe made half a decent one. He just sort of went out a bit too wide and just leant in on Max Perry there and just went wee into the air fence.
I'd be interested to see that from a different angle, because from there it looks like there's no contact enough, and he picks up grip and goes on his own, like Cal said.
But it was
I've actually seen that differently to you there. I actually thought Max Perry ended up coming across him this time round and knocked Joe off. So I've seen it from different angles.
I want to see a different camera angle, and I don't think there is any, because this is pool.
It's the National Development League series. Whack them all in. Give them all a second chance.
I mean, if we're teaching them to be proper riders, then you should be taught, like, treat the same as everybody else. I hate this first bend thing just because it's the first bend. If someone goes alone, kick them out.
I agree with you, and sometimes, from that point of view, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I thought Heat 14 at Reg the other night. I think Jason Edwards was actually really lucky with one. He looked like he made a bad gate and just thought, oh, it's bend one. I'll just lay the bike down and I've got a second chance. But obviously, because it was the first bend, the referee pulled it back as first bend bunching. But I think he could have quite easily gone for what he did.
It's just a bit like football, and it's just a professional foul. You know, if you jump over somebody in football, you're going to get a free kick more than likely. It's the same as this. If you bin it on your own in the first turn, there's 50% chance you're going to get a rerun for bunching.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like they're all coming back to taste for this one, so we'll see if there's been any exclusions this time round. I imagine we'll see all four of them, but we'll find out in a minute. Max Perry's there, so he's not being excluded for the incident.
Nathan's still in. Jamie Alder's still in.
Joe Thompson hasn't got the exclusion tab on his picture, so he must still be here.
And the start national is looking over towards the pits, so that kind of would suggest that the referee, whoever it may be tonight, has put all four back in.
Jamie Halder will be annoying my dad tonight. Because my dad's got this thing that he hates riders who wear race suits of a team and then a jacket of a team. And he's obviously wearing the Berwick race suit from last year.
So the start marshal walks away then for heat number 14 and the tapes rise. It's a great start there for Joe Thompson in yellow helmet colour. Now Knablet blasts himself up the inside. No, he can't. Joe Thompson's now building a bit of a lead up over Nathan Ablett with Max Perry, the rider in red, settling down there in the third place. Unfortunate for Jamie Halder, who's trailing off a little bit towards the rear of the field. But Joe Thompson showing that he knows every line of this track. Obviously rode 3/4 of a season here last season. And still showing that he knows every inch of this track. And if anything, Joe's pulling away from Ablett there in the second position. And Max Perry's putting pressure on Nathan Ablett now. So can Ablett now stay in the second position, or will he crumble again under the pressure of the Monarchs Academy rider? But Joe Thompson, he's leading this one by example. He could go off to the burger van, get a double cheeseburger, and he'd still win the race by the time he'd finished that cheeseburger. As they come round then, turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Joe Thompson wins, Ablett second, and Perry, I believe it was, in third.
What do Joe Thompson, Nathan Ablett and Max Perry all have in common?
They're all former pirates.
I was going to say the Wall Pirates rejects, but yeah.
Same thing, innit?
Yeah. So yeah, for heat number 14 there was a win for the rider in yellow, Joe Thompson after a lightning gate. Second in blue was Nathan Ablett, and third in red was Max Perry, with Jamie Halder at the back. And those three riders, I think, no disrespect to Halder, but they were all a level above him in that one.
Yeah, 100%. You can't disagree with that. Well, the sky looks quite nice there in Dorset.
It certainly does, and it looks like they're going straight for Heat 15. So, in this one, we've got Jake Mulford in the red helmet colour. In blue, we've got Ben Trigger hoping to build on his win last time out. Connor Coles, I think we just got to accept isn't going to be here, so he's not in white. And in yellow, we have got what Dan would probably say is the better Piper brother, Steen.
Big up Steeny Pops. At least he's going to get a point here, barring anything happening. Yeah, going to be a tough ride for young Steen against the two red card championship reserves who have both been quite impressive here tonight.
There have been, I mean, Mulford, he needs to, if he can get this win, he'll go straight to the top after Ford's misjudgment of Heat 13, so he'll have a bit of pressure on his shoulders this time.
Away we go. It's a quality start there from Jake Mulford with Ben Trigger just challenging him all the way now, and Trigger coming up the inside of Mulford to take the lead now. Steen Piper's sitting there in the third position, but he's not a million miles off the race, and Mulford back up the inside of Trigger. Great ride this from Jake Mulford and Ben Trigger. These two had a thought this racer could have learnt just to do a little bit of team riding for their red card duties in the championship, but clearly not. That was a hell of a 2 laps from the two red car boys. Oh, sorry, Middlesbrough Tigers boys. But Jake Mulford has the lead there over Ben Trigger. The two Tigers lads have extended their lead over Steen Piper to probably no surprise, to be fair, as we go into the final lap. Jake Mulford, barring any form of mechanical failure, is going to go straight to the top of the standings, with Ben Trigger sitting there in the second position. And Steen Piper's going to claim a third place.
He will indeed, and that was a brilliant gate from both the Middlesbrough Tigers boys. Mulford just edging ahead, and then Ben Trigger making Mulford work hard for that win by putting in on the inside, and Mulford repaying the favour. It was a nice fun race for the first 2 laps there, and the Middlesbrough Tigers boys putting on a show for the pool crowd. Steen couldn't do anything but just watch it all happen.
No, 100%. And if anything, Steen had the best seat in the house. But just look at that move there from Trigger down the back straight. Pure class. And then this bout here was even better. Mulford just right up the inside like a hot knife going through butter.
Is that? Oh no, it's not. I was going to say, is that Hagen on a different bike? But I've just realised that's his pool front bit that he has on. And Hagen this time will want to win this race to get level with Mulford. And I don't. Will that? No, that won't put them into. Will that put them into a last heat deciding? Hagen and Mulford, have they faced each other yet?
I'm not sure.
All right. Anyway, Heat 16 to round off round 4. In red, we have got Ace Piper. Blue, we have got Sam Hagen. White, Big Matty Marson. And in yellow, Max James, who must feel he's had a bit of a disappointing night and would have thought he'd be a bit higher up than he is.
Hagen beat Mulford in Heat 9.
Thanks
What
for that,
Dylan
Dylan.
said.
I've completely forgotten. I've just been writing the individual scores on my phone to keep up to date.
At least you're honest, sir. At least you're honest. Well, at least I know the green light works. So the start matcher then walks away for the heat number 16, and as you would probably have expected, it's Sam Hagen that gets to the first bend first, followed by Big Matty Marson there in the second position, Max James there in third, Ace Piper towards the rear of the field in this one, and it's safe to say Ace hasn't had the most enjoyable nights here at Poole Stadium as we go into the second lap. Hagen showing his class, but oh, we've got a crash there. Max James has ended up in the fence on the first turn. Can he get the bike up and off the track in good time? It looks like he's going to, as the race has not been stopped. The Ace Piper's here going to be gifted a point, but Sam Hagen, he's out, he's absolutely flying. He's a class above everybody else in this race, showing his home track knowledge as he takes the black and white flag, and he's about a whole straight ahead of Big Matty Marson there in the second position, who's also about a straight and a half ahead of Ace Piper in third, but Sam Hagen, to the surprise of nobody, taking the win in that one.
Yeah, he's absolutely loving his life at Wimborne Road at the moment, isn't he? He seems to know every way around the circuit, and he's showing that he's a class above all of this field at this present moment. Only his fellow teammate Ford's been the only one to have a handle on him.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, it's one of them, mate. You look down the lineup, you know who's got to be up there or thereabouts, don't you? Before the meeting kind of started.
Yeah, you do. You do indeed, and I think the riders that have been up there are the ones that you did expect. But equally, those riders, when they've been up against one another, they've been putting on a brilliant show for the crowd. And I've just realised something. All four of Max James's rides have summed up his night because he's had a
Yeah.
2 and a.
Yeah, can't disagree with you on that.
Do you want me to do the leaderboard for this meeting? Because I don't think we've actually given the viewers any sort of leaderboard to let them know what's happening in the standings.
Well, if you're offering, we won't say no.
Not a problem at all. Just give me one more second and I will be right with you.
What a man. Just while we're awaiting Callum to sort some maths out. Dill, have we got an update from Oxford?
There's been one heat since we last spoke. Heat 13 was a win for the rider in red, Sam Masters, second in blue, Scott Nichols, and third in yellow, Troy Batchelor. Bangos, Craig Cook's maximum. He finished at the back to make it 49-29, and in Heat 14, Selena Liebman replaces Sam McGurk in yellow. That's about all we've had.
And my maths has mathed and I've got the full standings for us. So, up to now in 16th place, and not riding this meeting at all due to issues on the motorway, we've got Connor Cole with 0. In 15th place is Jamie Halder with 2 after 2 third places. 14th is Max James with 2 points. 13th is Steen Piper on 4 with all of his races leading to a third place finish. 12th place, we've got Ace Piper on 4 with 1 second place and 2 thirds. In 11th, we've got Jacob Cloughton on 4 points, doing exactly the same as Ace Piper. In 10th, we've got Nathan Ablett with 5, after having 2 falls and winning a second. In 9th, we've got Sonny Springer, who with 5. The difference being between him and Ablett is he's able to finish the 2 races. In 8th place is Ben Trigger, who after a disappointing first start has had a win and a second place to his tally. 7th is Big Matty Marson, the highest placed rider who's not won a race. 6th place is Dale Wood, who's got 7 places. Dale Wood, who's got 7 points, with a win, 2 seconds, and a fall exclusion whilst in second. In 5th place is Max Perry with 8 points, who had a promising start but then drifted off into third last time out. In 4th place is Joe Thompson, who's had a good first and fourth race with a so middle part of the meeting. 3rd place is Vinnie Joe Ford with 10 points. After being unbeaten in his first 3 rides, he had a bit of a roller and had to penalise himself in his 4th one. 2nd is Sam Hagan on 11 points, and has only been beaten by Vinnie Joe Ford. And in 1st is Jake Mulford, who's also on 11 points. And I've just realised I need to switch them 2 round because Hagan beat Mulford, as Dylan Whiteley told us during the race where Hagan was in.
Neil Middleditch looks so much different without a hat on.
We've had another race at Oxford before the riders come out for heat 17. Heat 14, it was a win for the rider in blue, Ashton Bowden. 2nd in red, Jordan Jenkins, and 3rd in white, Klaus Vissing, to make the scores 54-27. And the lineup for heat 15, red is Jordan Jenkins, blue Cameron Heaps, white Craig Cook, yellow Troy Batchelor.
Bit of a big home win then at Oxford tonight.
I don't think the Oxford fans will be complaining much.
No. Ben Trigger there looks deep in thought.
Probably thinking of his McDonald's order.
Well, probably. You know what these teenagers are like nowadays.
Gary May's trying to take the fence out.
And the riders are at the tips, ready for heat 17. We have got Sonny Springer hoping to get another win after the last quad. In blue, we've got Jamie Halder, and in white, Max James. Connor Coles was supposed to be in yellow, but he's not.
So the tapes has risen. It's a decent start there for the guy in blue, Jamie Halder, and Max James. Whoa! How did he start that bike? I'll never know. Halder had the lead, but been passed by Sonny Springer, and you've got to expect Sonny Springer now just to run away with this one. I reckon it could be a decent battle though between the 2 guys at the back, which is Jamie Halder and Max James. Obviously, Jamie having a wealth of experience in the sport. Obviously, Max not so much experience, but Sonny Springer proving why he is one of the best 15-year-olds in the sport at the moment. And on this showing, I would not be surprised to see him in a pool race suit next season. It's a bigger battle now for 2nd place as Max James. Is he about to go around Jamie Alder? Not quite. We've got 1 turn left to go then. Can Max James do it up the inside? Not quite. Good effort though for Max.
Yeah, that was a really good race for Halder there, being able to hold off a top championship standard rider in Max James. Max James throwing everything at him, but that poor gate cost him big time.
Oh, 100%.
It's definitely been a meeting of 2 halves for Sonny Springer. He had a good first outing, getting second, but then the two last places cost him quite a bit. He had two strong showings in his fourth and fifth ride, but ultimately it was obviously a bit too late for him.
Oh, 100%. So just awaited riders now to come out onto track for heat number 18.
And the riders are now at the tapes for heat number 18. In red, we've got Ace Piper, hoping to have a good ending to a bad night. In blue is Max Perry. In white, we've got Vinnie Joe Ford, hoping to make up for his poor outing last time out. And in yellow, we've got Jake Mulford, hoping to get another strong win to try and at least get Hagen, at most get Hagen to a one-off race.
I think our Oxford correspondent, Mr. Hodgetts, might be a little bit tired.
Something like that.
But we're nearly done for today, Bush. 3 more to go. When the start marshal walks away for heat number 18. And whoa! A bit of a loop there from Vinnie Ford, but the rider in red, Ace Piper, is down on the first turn.
Jesus Christ.
That has got to be an exclusion for Piper this time round.
Steel shoes come off.
Ford will be
not happy.
Red's been disqualified.
No, I think that's just the red lights to say the race has been stopped.
Nah, the exclusion light was on as well.
Oh, I didn't see that, sorry. Ford will be loving the fact he's got a second chance there because he made a terrible gate off 3 there. It looked like he was going to take off. Did Jake Mulford have his jacket on when he rode last time?
He ain't had one on
No.
all night, I don't think.
It's just been in his red car suit all night.
He's got his jacket on now. Took him to his 5th race, but he's got it on.
Well, I think he's just put it on for when he gets his little trophy.
Advertising the boys.
Yeah.
We've now got a result from 15 at Oxford. It was a win for the rider in white, Craig Cook. Second in blue, Cameron Heaps. And third in red, Jordan Jenkins. Makes the final score 57-33. Individual score charts. Sam Masters scored 10 plus 1 from 4, Cameron Heaps 11 plus 2 from 5, Luke Killeen 4 plus 1 from 4, Jordan Jenkins 9 plus 2 from 5, Scott Nichols 10 plus 1 from 4, Ashton Bowden 7 plus 1 from 4, and Jody Scott 6 plus 2 from 4. For Workington, Craig Cook scored 15 from 6, Tate Shishki 2 from 4, Antivulas 3 plus 1 from 4, Klaus Vissing 5 plus 1 from 4, Troy Batchelor 6 plus 1 from 5, Selena Liebman 2 from 4, and Sam McGurk 0 from 3.
And we've got the tapes down for heat 19 with no Ace Piper.
So start marshal has walked away. Then it's a great start there for the rider in blue. I believe that is to be Max Perry, but Jake Mulford Looking to come round the outside, and he does just that. Beautiful right there.
Oh!
That was a nasty one. Yeah, man. It should be a bit better. A bit.
That was a very nasty crush there for Ford. But he's back up on his feet, which is good to see.
Good to see him up on his feet.
He's very, very annoyed with himself.
So we're just watching the replay now. The tapes as well. He didn't make a best of gates, to be fair.
No, I think that third gate tonight's a bit of a graveyard. No one's really done much from it.
Max Perry was very, very fortunate to stay on the bike there as well.
He was. He just completely went into the back of him, didn't he? Perry did well to hold that on, and I think Ford when he took off. He did quite well to be able to lower himself as quick as he did. Otherwise, it could have been very, very nasty for him.
But good to see them all back up and okay, though. Something tells me we might only have a 2-rider restart.
Yeah, I think that might be the case as well. Is that Lewis Kerr with him there? Or is that just another bold guy with tattoos?
No, that's his dad.
Oh, is that his dad?
His dad runs a tattoo shop.
Ah, that makes sense.
So yeah, Vinnie Ford's been excluded.
That'll be very, very frustrating for him after such a good night.
He's certainly impressed.
And you'd think after that, Mulford should have a bit of an easier route to win because Ford was definitely his main competition in that one.
Oh, 100%.
Middlesbrough Tigers might win something, I'm proud.
Proud dad moment.
Yeah. But he's been very good all season, Jake Mulford, as we were talking about earlier on in the stream. Done a lot of things that have on occasion gone unnoticed.
Oh, 100%. You know, he's definitely a rider that's sort of just gone about his stuff quietly this year, and you know, you guys at Redcar are heaping the rewards.
Yeah,
so
indeed.
The takes riders then on heat number 18 for the third time running. Jake Mulford goes into the back straight in the lead. Max Perry in second, and hopefully we get a bit of a race. So it's a bit easier to commentate on, but we're into the second lap now. It is still Jake Mulford that has the lead, and if anything, he's building a lead up now over Max Perry in the second position. Obviously, both these lads could go home tonight, knowing that they've had a decent night here at Paul Stadium tonight. But Jake Mulford proving why he's one of the top guys in this National League, and he's one of the top reserves, I do believe, also in the Championship as well. Obviously, saw him Friday and Saturday at Redcar and Workington, and he was absolutely fantastic for Workington on Saturday as well. Much to my disgust, but we'll leave that one for last week as Jake Mulford takes his win, and Max Perry comes round in second, and I think he might have hurt his hands.
Yeah, Mulford. He has had a very good weekend overall, and he's bringing that form and that confidence into this meeting tonight, where it's a little bit of an easier field for him, but he's proven why he's one of the very best at this level, and he'll He'll be quite pleased with the performance he's put on tonight. He'll now just be hoping for Ben Trigger to do him a favour and hold off Sam Hagen and hopefully go on to now win the meeting. Otherwise, it's going to be a nice little run-off for him.
Don't say run off. Have we not suffered enough tonight already?
You've always been a fan of the run-offs.
It's been a long night and it's really, really hot.
It is. As soon as this meeting's finished, I think I'm gonna go downstairs and put myself in the freezer.
That is not a bad idea at all, sir.
Anyway, the riders are out for heat number 19, and it's a pretty strong lineup. In red, we've got Ben Trigger. Blue, we've got Dale Wood. In white, we've got Nathan Ablett, and in yellow, we've got Sam Hagen, the only guy that can stop Mulford from winning this meeting overall.
You've got to favour Hagen. You know, I think it's going to take something drastic for him to not win this.
Especially on that outside line, because it's been working wonders for quite a few of the riders tonight.
Oh, 100%.
And he'll obviously know what it's like to feel the nerves of a final win by winning the British Under-21 final earlier this season.
Oh, 100%. You know, he's certainly had a breakout season. To be fair, this season the tapes has risen. Then on heat number 19, it's a great start there for Nathan Ablett in the white helmet colour. Here comes Hagen round the outside. What a ride from Sam Hagen there. Round the outside of Trigger, round the outside of Ablett, and he's going to go off now and just enjoy this race. And yeah, the big race is on for second at the moment. Nathan Ablett just holding off Ben Trigger at the moment, but Trigger not giving up on Ablett. Obviously, Trigger knows this place very well. Dale Wood tailing off a little bit towards the rear of the field at the moment. But Sam Hagen showing he knows every inch of this pull track, and he knows the fastest way around here is a full straight ahead of Nathan Ablett here at the moment. Absolutely cracking ride from young Sammy Hagen there. With Trigger putting Ablett under some pressure now at the moment. If Ablett is not careful, Trigger will be through. So, we all know Sam Hagen, he's checked out, he's gone for a burger, and he's back to winning the race. It's going to be a battle for second with Ablett just getting the second place.
Yeah, it was another. Well, Hagen actually made a terrible gate there, but he just used that home track experience. He knew how well the outside line works, and he just absolutely blasted around both Trigger and Ablett there. And once he got to the front, Job was a good one, and he just pulled away. Ben Trigger obviously doing everything he could to put the pressure on Ablett, but Ablett, again, a former pool rider, was able to use that old experience to hold him back. Dale Wood just showing that he isn't quite, whilst he has stepped up and progressed nicely, he's still not quite at the level of those three riders who obviously all have championship clubs.
Oh, 100%.
And we've got ourselves a nice little run-off there now between Hagen and Mulford at the end of the meeting.
Another race. How lucky are we?
We're definitely getting our money's worth.
Oh, 100%. So the final qualifying ride coming up to tapes.
And I think all of these boys are just riding for pride. So in the red helmet colour, we have got Steen Piper. In blue, we've got Jacob Cloughton. I tell a lie, Joe Thompson is in this race, and he'll be wanting to do everything he can to secure a third place finish. Otherwise, we're going to have a second run-off between him, Perry, and Thompson. Him and Perry and Ford for third place. And in yellow, we've got Big Matty Marson, who also needs a win to try and level up the standards with 10 points. So it's not actually a race or pride race at all. They actually want to do everything they can to get something from it.
Yeah, 100%. You know, t-shirt coming soon, by the way. Yeah, I think it could be a very good race. It's got the potential to be a good race. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens over the next 62 seconds or however long it takes to run the race here at Poole. And Blue moved at the start, but it's a National League Riders thing, so I doubt it'll be pulled back because he hasn't gained any form of advantage. Joe Thompson has the lead, as I think we pretty much expected. Matty Marston, though, in the second position, being put under all sorts of pressure by Steen Piper in third. Jacob Clouted at the back at the moment. But Joe Thompson, he's away and gone. But can Matt Marston hold off the challenge of young Steen Piper? This isn't going to be for a lack of effort from Steen, actually. He's been really impressive tonight in the races that he's been in. And yeah, I think the rider in yellow, Matt Marston, pulling away a bit now from young Steen. But Joe Thompson showing that he hasn't forgotten the lines around this Poole track after spending most of last season with him. And Jacob Clouted now coming up the inside there of Steve Piper. So as we come round the final bends, then it's going to be a win for Joe Thompson in the yellow helmet colour, and I believe we may have a runoff or two.
We've got the one. Joe Thompson's win there is solidified his third place finish. And we've now only got the one off, and that is Hagan against Mulford for the full meeting. So yeah, a good win there for Joe Thompson. Actually, disproving my theory of the third gate being a graveyard, because he made a spot on one there.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it was a beautiful gate. Maybe if that had been a championship meeting, that might have been pulled back, because I'm convinced Jacob Clouting got away with one there.
He did jump, but I think he penalised himself, and as a result, it ended up being a pretty rubbish gate, and he was at the back for the majority of the race. He did well to pull back Steen and sneak in a third place at the end of that race there. Steen Piper, he's had a pretty consistent night overall with 4 third places in the last. And he can't be too disheartened with the performance. He's put on a good show against a pretty strong field for his level.
Oh yeah, it's been a really solid night for Steen, and obviously he could go away from tonight. You know, he wasn't even expected to be in the lineup, I don't think, originally. So you know, he can go away tonight.
I was going to say he's ends up having to step in for someone else who withdrew, didn't they?
Yes.
Can't remember who it was, but I do remember that Freddie Hodder was one of the ones that dropped out.
Joe come in for Freddie. Can't remember who Steen come in for now. It might have been one of the Oxford boys, because I think Jody Scott was originally meant to have been in this, wasn't he?
Yeah, that makes sense. So he's obviously sacked off the individual meeting to have an opportunity to step up in the championship and listen to
That's the one.
I was about to say, Jody Scott obviously stepped up, and based on what Dylan was saying, he's had a very good effort in doing that, but obviously that's not the case.
Just waiting now to see what happens, if they're having a runoff or if they're doing it on count back.
Got to give the people what they want. It's got to be a runoff.
We could already hear the crowd chanted, "We want a runoff."
I am, because it means because otherwise it would mean Hagen would win, and I want Mulford to win. Hashtag up the Bears.
Up the Bears, indeed.
Or hashtag up the Bull of Tigers. Oh, they're not going to do a shaky hand thing and say they're going to share the win, are they?
I don't know.
Nah, they're not. I reckon they're just deciding which gates they want to go for.
Jake Mulford has sense and has took a fan with him.
I can imagine it can get pretty heated in them pits, especially with the hot weather as well, which will make things a bit worse. Oh, heads and tails.
Don't know who won it, but we had game of heads and tails there.
I'm guessing it was Hagen because he looked straight at him. And based on how this meeting's gone, I reckon you'd want to have the inside over the outside.
And I think Hagen probably would have gone for the outside just because he knows the outside works.
Andy wants to disprove my theory because I'm only a fan and I don't know what I'm talking about. Wonder if Middleditch is messaging Big Matt Ford and saying, "Listen, mate, I think we've accidentally dropped Perry when we should have held on to him."
Well, there is every possibility. Hagen's gone for blue.
He's gone for the outside. Then you've gone. You said the opposite, and you've got it spot on there. At this point, you need the Rocky Balboa tune, don't you?
Oh yeah, and let's be honest, if anyone's going to play
wait
it,
a
it's going
minute.
to be our Carlito.
Hold on a minute. Mulford's in his yellow helmet, so I must have been right. Hagen must have gone for the inside. Who do you reckon is going to win this one? Do you reckon it's going to be home track experience, or do you reckon it's going to be Jake Mulford?
I mean, I'd like to think Mulford could potentially do it, being the part-time Redcar fan that I am, up the Bears, but I just think, Sam Hagen's got so much track knowledge around this place, and he's looked very, very fast. It's hard to see past Sam Hagen, to be fair.
Yeah, I think as an unbiased Speedway fan, I would say I think Hagen, with his home track advantage and his how good he's looked tonight, and the fact he's obviously British under-21 champion as well, I think he's definitely the more likely candidate for it. But Mulford has also been very good tonight, and he'll be wanting to try and prove some people wrong.
That he will, and away we go. Then the tapes has risen for this 21st heat. It's a very, very even start, but Hagen gets himself up the inside to the outside, and Mulford coming back up the inside, and Mulford lifts, and that's given Hagen a bit more of a lead now as they go into the home straight for the second lap. The race is far from over yet, but it's Hagen's to lose at the current point of time, but it's going to take an absolute miracle now, I think, for Jake Mulford to do this. Obviously, Sam Hagen using his home track knowledge, as I think we pretty much expected here. And Hagen's going to win this meeting, barring any form of mechanical failure. But both these men look really, really good and really, really fast all evening. So fair play to both of them. But as we go with 1 lap left to go, I think we all knew young Sam Hager was going to win this one. But a very, very, very deserved winner.
He certainly was. He even in that race there, he looked a level above Mulford. Both riders made a really good gate, and you could see what Mulford was doing there. And in bend two, it was the right choice, but ultimately he made that cut on the inside, but then just completely locked up. And from that point onwards, it was just game over. Hagen had his Hagen had his head down. He managed to build up all that speed, and once he was in front and he was comfortable, there was no stopping him.
But yeah, it's one of them, and it's just how it pans out. But Hager was definitely a deserved winner, and Jake Mulford done really well as well tonight, and yeah. So we'll wrap things up then because it's getting hot, and we need food and stuff. From myself and Cal, it is a very, very good night. We'll be back tomorrow for Sheffield versus Kings Lynn.
Good night, everyone.